Hello again and welcome back to the Python Tutorials channel. Today we are going to be talking about the basics of variables and types of variables. So first off, what is a variable? So in short, a variable is a name which is assigned data. So this data can be of many different types, such as a word, a single letter, a number, a yes or no, or even a collection of pieces of data. And what I've typed here, this variable equals 123, is two things. First off, it's a definition, otherwise known as an initialization, in which a variable with the name variable, in all lowercase, is created in the computer's memory. The second thing it does is assign it a value. In this case, the number 123. The cool thing about variables is that they can be referenced later and they keep their value. So if I were to set this variable to 10, we could say the number is, and then variable. Now, when the program is run, this will not say the number is variable, like you see here. It will use the value stored within the variable, or the number is 10. Now, in Python, variables can be of several different types, and one of the most commonly used ones is the string, represented by str as its type. Now, when you want to set a variable to be a string, you use inverted commas, such as this, or you use apostrophes. Another commonly used variable type is the integer, represented by int. Now, an integer is any kind of whole number, whether that be, say, 100 or 0 or 5 or -4. It supports positive and negative. And what's useful about integer variables is that they can be incremented using a plus, like we covered in the last video. And you'll see that when we run this, it will print 105, because on line 1, int variable is initialized to be 100, then on line 3, 5 is added to it, and then on line 5, it is output. Coming back to strings quickly, strings can also be added to. However, they can only have other strings added to them. Like you can see here. The next type of variable at our disposal is the float. Now, a float is like an integer, except it can also take fractional values. You might have recalled this from the second episode in which we did arithmetic operations, that when you divide something by another, you're left with a float. Although Python doesn't store them as fractions, it only uses decimals, as you can see here. And the final type of variable that we will be discussing today is the Boolean, or bool, named after George Boole, who invented logic gates. The Boolean variable can take only two values, those being true or false. This is used very commonly in selection, as well as certain types of iteration, both of which we will cover in future videos. Finally, there's a nice, neat little trick here, where instead of having to write the variable name twice if you only want to change the variable, you can instead move the maths operator to before the equals sign, like so. And this will function exactly the same. last thing to say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.